Hello and welcome to Shannon Gardens. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So in today's video, I wanted to pay a visit to my local Lowe's Gardening Center and take a look at what they've currently got in stock here in July 2024 and wanted to bring you guys along with me. All right, so with that, let's get to it. All right, you guys, we are here at Lowe's Garden Center, so let's check out what they've got. All right, you guys, I wanted to show you these ready refill planters. And this is a very easy way to put flowers that are already arranged into a container. This is $16.98, but look at the colors here. I think they did a really good job putting these together. They have Angelonia and Lantana, and then this is Scaevola, which I have not planted before. And then it's marked to have fountain grass as well. So I don't know, I don't see the fountain grass in it. It might just be in some of the containers, but I thought that was very stunning. Actually, I love the color combo. They also have some patients already pre-planted in these plastic containers for $14.98 in this pink color here, which is very, very lovely. The nice thing about some patients is they tend to tell you when they need to be watered. So I always appreciate a plant that lets me know a little bit first before it just dies. And we've got pentas for $16.98 in the red color, which actually looks like little fireworks. It's very pretty and very appropriate for July 4th. They have hanging baskets of Calibrachoa for $24.98, which I absolutely love Calibrachoa. So I wanted to show you guys that color there. And that's a trailing annual in this plastic container here. And then they also have hanging baskets of Lantana for $24.98 and this pretty pink, orange, and yellow coloration also in a plastic container here. Okay, I do not know how to pronounce this, but they have this duo pot for $19.98, and I want to show you guys the two colors in one pot. It's got both this beautiful orangey red as well as this golden yellow here. It gets 6 feet high and 4 feet wide at its mature size, and it is marked for full sun. The price is $19.98. They have this Summer Vibe hibiscus 3-quart container for $16.98, and they have a couple of different colors in the plastic containers, the yellow and blue here. Just look at this pretty color. These have lots of buds on them. They look very healthy and happy here. This is called Hibiscus Glam, which is marked as a multicolored bush for $26.98. Pretty pink and white striped flower. That is so lovely. And then it's got the orange here. There's one in the back hiding. It's very, very pretty. Look at this. This is the Papaya Popsicle Red Hot Poker. It's a full sun perennial and it's marked as deer resistant and easy to care for. Now, this is something that I planted about a year ago in my garden and I love it. It is absolutely beautiful, and what a unique flower. I have really enjoyed adding it to my garden, and I have found that it is very easy to care for now that I have it established, and it came up and had lots of different flower heads on it as well. They have Camelot Lavender Foxglove for $16.98. This is marked for hardiness down to zone 4. Just look at this beautiful color here. They've got a couple of different colors. So this is one, and that's the Camelot Lavender. Camelot Rose Foxglove, which is more of a darker pink color. Now they have a couple of different hostas here, and these are marked for partial sun and shade. This is a perennial for $13.48 for the 2.5 quart size. Now this particular Twilight hosta has that green on the outside with the darker green in the middle there. And then there's the Shadowland Hudson Bay, which has the lighter green in the middle with the darker green on the outside of the leaf. And then they also have the Shadowland Coast to Coast for $13.48. And that has this lovely chartreuse color throughout the leaf. I found another hosta, which is a Devon Green hosta. And this one is $7.98 and it's blooming here currently. So let me show you guys. It's just starting to bloom and very, very pretty. This one's marked for shade and non-hardy in zones 1 through 3. Some lilies as well, although they are not blooming currently. They have the Summer Sky Asiatic lily for $15.98, and that's a full sun perennial. And they also have the tiny skyline lily, full sun to partial sun in that pretty orange color. And that blooms summer as well, 12 to 14 inches high and 10 to 12 wide. Now they do have some annuals that you could plant yourself. I know they have the pre-planted pots, or you could also buy some and put it in your own container. These are 2.5 quarts for $8.48. This is the bandana pink lantana, and I'll show you guys that pretty color there. And then they also have the bandana red lantana. I'll show you guys the color variations in that lantana as well. Both of these are annuals. They are full sun annuals, and they attract butterflies and hummingbirds. They have 1 quart sun patience for $6.48 each. And I will tell you guys, the thing I really like about sun patience, they're marked anywhere from shade to sun, but they do kind of let you know when they need water. Now I have mine in some part shade and in a container, and it does need watering just about every day. But I do like the fact that it kind of droops and lets me know. And then when I add water, it perks right back up. So I always appreciate a plant that kind of tells me when they need something rather than just dying immediately. This is Serena White Angelonia for $6.48, which is a full sun annual. Now I've planted Angelonia for the first time this year, and I've been very, very pleased with it. I have it in containers. This is a full sun annual, and it blooms spring, summer, and fall, 12 to 16 inches high and 12 to 14 wide. And I'll put a link to my Angelonia planting in my containers just to show you guys how that looks. But they've got the white color here, and they also have the purple color as well. They have the polka dot plant, which is a mounding annual for $12.98, pre-planted in this container, in this plastic container. And this is marked as part sun, 4 to 10 inches high and 8 to 12 wide. Now they've got a couple of different plants here, and I think that these are really unique looking. You've got the kind of burgundy with the red polka dots there, and then a greenish color with the red polka dots, and then you have the green with the white as well, all mixed in one container. And I really think that that looks quite pretty. They have Caladium, which is a partial sun to shade annual for $8.48, and that's the 2.5 quart size. Now I really like using Caladium in my containers in the summertime. The pink splash Caladium has this green outside with the pink in the inside, and I think it would look really nice to combine it with a pink flower underneath and kind of have this Caladium as a backdrop. They have this rosemary Caladium, which is full sun to shade annual, and that has the green coloration on the outside with the reddish pink on the inside. And again, I think that that would be really pretty, a color to pull from here, or maybe even this darker color here to pull from and add a flower beneath that in a container or in the ground as well. Now this suggests the light for 3 to 6 hours of morning sun and the watering moist. It's 12 to 24 inches high and 12 to 18 inches wide for the rosemary Caladium. And then the pink splash Caladium is 12 to 24 inches high and 12 to 18 inches wide with 1 to 3 hours of morning sun. So just bear in mind that when you are looking at your different plants and your flowers, that there are all different kinds of varieties that you can choose from, but they may also have different requirements, and to keep that in mind when you are looking and choosing for your location. Now here's another Caladium, red flash Caladium for $6.48, and this is marked as shade with 1 to 3 hours of morning sun. This gets 12 to 18 inches high and 18 to 24 wide. Look at this though. This I thought was really unique with the red in the middle, and then it's got splashes of pink here, almost like little dots on the outside. Again, I think that Caladiums are very neat. It's something that I use in my containers every year. Here's another Caladium called Strong Heart Caladium, and this is marked as shade as well. It's $6.48, and just look at this color again with that pretty green on the outside and then the pink in the middle. Caladiums are just so versatile and have so many different color options. They also have Gara. This is the graceful pink Gara, which is a full sun perennial for $6.48. And the maintenance on this is low. It's extremely drought and heat tolerant once established. I can tell you guys that I have had Gaura for years and absolutely love this perennial, and it is extremely easy to take care of. They also have a small white one here. I'll show you guys the flower. That's called the graceful white Gaura, and that's full sun as well. And it gets to 12 to 18 inches high and 12 to 18 inches wide. There are containers of Stella daylilies for $5.48, and these are perennials. These are very easy to care for. I've not had any trouble taking care of my Stella daylilies. Just look at that pretty color there. It's got lots of buds, and actually I always try to keep a lookout when I am looking at my if I'm looking for daylily or any perennial really to see if it can be divided. This one actually could be divided. It is the 798 container. You could actually divide this if you wanted to into maybe 2 or 3 different plants. So you would actually get a little bit more for your money if you were to buy a larger container, and you might get a couple more than you would in your smaller container that's a couple dollars. They have a South Pacific Scarlet Canna Lily for $13.48, and this is a full sun perennial. This gets 4 to 5 feet high and 2 to 3 feet wide and blooms in the summer. And look at these beautiful blooms, you guys. That looks so tropical. It's so beautiful and would be such a pretty addition to the garden. Now this is the Rose Creek Abelia, and it's marked for full sun. This is $19.98 for the 2 1/4 gallon size, and it says that blooms in spring and summer. I think that's very, very attractive bloom. It is non-hardy in zones 1 through 5 and gets 2 to 3 feet high and 3 to 4 feet wide, and it is blooming. So I'll just show you guys, these are very small blooms. I'll give you my finger as a comparison. They're very small and dainty, so it's so pretty, and there are just blooms all over this plant. They have Star Jasmine for $29.98, and that's marked for full sun, and this blooms in the summer. This gets 3 to 6 feet high and 3 to 6 feet wide, and is non-hardy in zones 1 through 8. And the lovely thing about jasmine is the scent. It smells so good. I've got a couple of jasmine planted around my home as well, and it's just so lovely. It's very, very surprising how much fragrance this little flower can give off. They have little lime panicle hydrangeas, and the panicle hydrangeas are more tolerant of sun. Now this is $29.98, and this particular type is marked for sun or part shade. It's a petite that grows 3 to 5 feet tall and wide, and hardiness zones 3 through 8. And let me just show you guys the blooms here. So pretty. These blooms start off as green and then age to red, and you can see, let me see if I can find where they're just starting to turn pink in some areas. Very, very pretty hydrangea, and particularly if you're looking for one that is more tolerant of the sun, which I have planted actually as well in my garden. All right, you guys, they have some Rose of Sharon, which I absolutely love in my garden as well. This is $29.98. 2-gallon size, and this is the white chiffon Rose of Sharon. So this is marked for sun in USDA zones 5 through 9. They grow 8 to 12 feet tall and 6 to 10 wide. And let me just show you this. This is a double flower variety. It says it's a pure white flowers, and they are just starting to bloom here. I'm going to try to grab one that doesn't have a bee in it. There's one just about to open up, and then there's one with a bee inside that is open, but you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. They also have a blue chiffon Rose of Sharon, and look at that color, that bluish purple. And this particular type is also marked for sun. It grows 8 to 12 feet tall, and it says that it has a low seed set and large double blue flowers. I think there's one blooming over here. I'm going to try to reach and show you guys that. Here we go, just to give you guys an idea of that color and how that bloom looks. They do have their drift roses. They've got apricot drift, which I absolutely love drift roses. So these are very low maintenance ground cover roses. And it even says there, ground cover roses made easy. And they are quite easy, I've found, to take care of them. Now this is marked for zones 4 through 11, and they grow 1.5 feet high and 2.5 feet wide. This is a Perfume Delight rose, and that is marked for spring and summer blooming, and is 5 to 6 feet high and 3 to 4 feet wide. And I'll show you guys the flower there. Very, very pretty color. Now they do have several crepe myrtles to choose from, but I wanted to show just a few to you guys. This is the Mrs. Francis for $32.98. Full sun, 15 to 20 feet high and 10 to 15 wide in USDA zones 7 through 9. And this has deep red flowers in the summer, and I wanted to share it with you guys because these are quite pretty. Here is the flower, and just look at that. That is a beautiful flower color. They also have the Mystic Magenta crepe myrtle for $54. And this bloom time is spring through fall. Mature size is 12 feet high and 8 feet wide. And let me show you guys the pretty color. Very pretty pink. And this has a unique leaf if you're looking for something a little different and darker than just the standard green leaf on some of the other crepe myrtles. Now this is an Alamanda bush for $16.98 for a 3-quart size, and I haven't seen this before. I don't recall it. This is marked for full sun, and let me show you guys. Look at this pretty bloom. I think that is so lovely, and I just had to share it with you guys. Here we have the Nanho Purple Butterfly Bush, and this is $16.98, marked for full sun. It gets 6 to 8 feet high and 4 to 5 feet wide, and non-hardy in zones 1 through 4. And this butterfly bush is definitely living up to its name. Let me show you guys the coloration first of the flowers, which is that lovely lavender, but it's definitely got little butterflies all over it. Let me try to show you guys here. There's a cute little butterfly. And we've got another one here. So it's definitely living up to its name. They have the Curcuma Ginger, and this is a 3-quart size for $16.98. This is 20 to 24 inches high and 18 to 24 wide. I have to say that I have planted this before, and I think it is such a unique flower. I really enjoyed having it. I planted it in a container. They have both this purple, and then I didn't realize that it comes in this white coloration as well. They're 1-quart pentas for $5.98, and they have the white color and pink as well as red, which if you guys have been watching for a while, you know how much I love pentas and love adding them to my containers and to the landscape. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I always enjoy going and looking at my local gardening centers and seeing what they currently have in stock and bringing you guys along with me. So thank you so much again. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so that you can be notified each time I upload a new video. All right, you guys, until next time, happy gardening and goodbye.